Alright, good morning everyone. My name is Okechukwu Joshua Otazi, and today we are going to be discussing the difference between opening a file and placing a file in Photoshop. And also we are going to be discussing the various layers, or how to work with layers as it relates to Photoshop. Without wasting much of your time, let's get started. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to do is to go to the File tab. I'll click on the File tab, and if you click on the File tab, you can see lots of options here. The new file, opening a new file, opening an existing file, and placing a file. Alright, so the difference between open and placing is what I'm going to be showing you right now. Alright, so first of all, let's start with open. Now if you press Ctrl O on your keyboard, you're going to open an existing document in Photoshop. It's going to take you to your a folder in your computer and ask you if you want to open a JPEG file or a PSD file, a PNG file, whatever the file type. Alright, so let me just click on open. Alright, so that's Ctrl O on your keyboard. Alright, now that I'm in my PC, alright, I can click on this drop down and then click on documents. Alright, if I go to documents, you can see all the documents that are in my PC. Alright, but right now I'm going to go to AI files. Alright, so now that I'm here, the first thing I'm going to do is to click on card. Alright, so I'm just going to click on card 1, just to show you an example, and I'm going to open this file. Now as I open this file, you can see a little mini box is already created over here. Right, I can close this file. If I click on this document that I've opened gets closed. Right, so let me open some other file. I'm just going to click on file, click on open again, and this time around I'm going to be opening this file over here, first lesson. Alright, so just open this file over here. Alright, so I've opened two files. If I click on this, it's going to open card 1, takes me to that first file I've opened. If I click on first lesson, it takes me to the second file that I've opened. Alright, so I have two files open on my PC. So how do we place files? Alright, so what I'm going to do right now is to place the file first lesson on this other file. Alright, so let's see the place option. If I click on file and I click on place, right, and then I click on this same file, right, and I click on place. Alright, so see what happens. Now the difference between place and open is that the placed file overlaps the existing file. Right, so it comes on top of the already existing file. So I placed it on top of this file card 1. Alright, it didn't open up in a new tab, right, but this other file opened up in a separate tab. Now if you opens an existing document in a different or separate tab, but then places it on top of the existing design. Alright, so if I'm working on a design right now and I want to place an image, let's say I want to place something, let's say I'm designing a file on Photoshop and I want to place something. Alright, so what place does is that it places it on top of my design. Alright, but opens it in a different tab, alright, separate from my design. Alright, so let's see place. I'm going to still show you another example of place. Click on place, and now let's say 7, this over here, I'm placing a PNG file this time around. If you can see, as I put my cursor over here, you can see showing me it's a PNG file with a dimension of 2000 by 2000 pixels and a size of 30.5 megabytes. Alright, so I'm just going to click on this file and then I'm going to click on place. Alright, now that I've placed the number 7, alright, so it places on top of the existing document. I can do whatever manipulation I want to do on top of this document. It didn't open in a separate tab. Alright, so that's just basically the difference between opening and placing. Alright, so opening opens a particular file in a separate tab, but then places it in an existing document. Alright, so friends, now that you've known the difference between opening a new file and then placing the file, let me still show you another way that you can bring in an open file into an existing document. For example, if I open these two files, you can see they are opened in separate tabs. How do I bring this particular design into this other design as though it were placed in it? Alright, so if I click on file and I click on place and I place this file over here, it places on top of the design. Alright, but what if I open them separately? Alright, and I want to place it on top of here without going to use the file and place option. Alright, so a way I can do this is I'm going to come over this file. I want to bring this file, this first lesson, into card 1. Alright, so how do I do this? So the first thing I'm going to do is, as you can see, whenever you open up a file in Photoshop, the file gets locked. You can see a little padlock sign over here telling you that this file is locked. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to do is double tap on this layer. If you double tap on this layer, it shows you layer 0. You can name the layer whatever you want to name it, and then click on OK. Alright, so the name pops up here. Now this file is unlocked. Now that it's unlocked, I'm just going to come over here. This file, you can see I can move it around, alright, because it has been unlocked. Alright, so now that I can move it around, I just take it and then I drag it up to the file where I want to place it, card 1, and then I bring it inside. Right, now that I bring it inside, you can see it's now placed into the existing document. The file still exists, it still maintains its layer. Alright, it's still in a separate tab, but then it has been placed into my new file. All right, friends. So that's another way you can manipulate your documents in Photoshop.